hyacinth bouquet, she was always singing. Everywhere we went, she was singing. And for years, and I'd completely forgot about it. And then I arrived at the church today, and there was Alex singing with Liz. And I've got to say, it was so emotional, it was wonderful. Then Sarah moved on from a child to teenager, and at this point I am actually supposed to give you all the horror stories, you know, the underage drinking, you know, the drug taking and that, particularly second ASBO, difficult second ASBO. It's not true, it's not true at all, she only had the one ASBO. And I know sometimes we'd have conversations and she'd get cross with me and she looked like she wanted to slap my face, but I knew she never would, because she doesn't like queuing. In fact, at one stage, we had both Samantha and Sarah tested for Tourette's, but the results came back and they said there was nothing wrong with them at all, they just had a really irritating dad. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So now, and these things I've got to tell you, there's true, and there's something that is absolutely true that most people never see. 99.9% is a characteristic that Sarah developed, and that is occasionally, and rarely, but occasionally, she's actually prone to panicking, like she is now. So there's a couple of examples come to mind. One's when the water pipes decided to leak in our hall, and Sarah was helping me, and for some unknown reason, I decided I was going to solve the problem with a hammer and some putty, which was completely random because I didn't know what I was doing. And this is true. So after about an hour, the scene in our hall was like a cross between the Titanic and the Poseidon adventure, as I was not doing anything right. Sarah suddenly panicked, and this is true. She actually rang 999 and asked to be put through to the emergency services, where she asked them for a name of a plumber. They were really chuffed when they rang back. But the second one was when I picked Sarah up from Exeter many years later, and we'd arranged to go to see my Auntie Edith, who's here now. If you can't see Edith, you'll be able to see the hat. And we'd arranged to go and see her. And a combination of, and this is true, a combination of GPS misdirection of my driving saw us 1 mile from my auntie's house, revving up a steep hill. It was really steep. And suddenly the engine started smoking, and I opened the bonnet, which was a big achievement for me. I never knew how to do that before. And so I asked Sarah, quite calmly, to hand me the water to put the fire out, and Sarah saw the fire, panicked, and completely without warning, bearing in mind we're on a steep hill, just decided to throw me 20 feet down the hill. And so I'm lying on the ground, and as I rolled over, I'm looking in the corner of my eye, and the car's just like exploding and complete write-off with that. And Sarah comes over to me and says, did you fall? I said, no, I've just got a big bar of chocolate in my back pocket that I'm trying to break up. What do you think? And this is completely true. And to add to the chaos and embarrassment, my auntie that I hadn't seen for a couple of years just arrived with 2 fire engines because we completely blocked the road. So there's 2 fire engines turning up alongside my auntie, and I always say, Edith, you must have been so proud of your nephew that day. But the fire brigade were cheesed off, but fortunately my auntie Edith knew several of the firemen from uniform.com. So she was able to smooth things over. Actually, that's not true. There's only a couple of them. Now, a big role in Sarah's teens was performing the role as all dads do, and obviously with Graham, this of taxing them about. And I find it ironic and quite annoying that Uber has grown into such a valuable company with so simple a concept that a daughter can, on a night out, can leave wherever she is, switch on her phone, press a few buttons, and a car will arrive in minutes to take them home. And there's no need to carry any money whatsoever. I think Uber got that idea from us dads. So, and then eventually Sarah blossomed into a young lady, but still with plenty of drama. Now she told me, as the sixth formers went to, they went on a school trip to France, some of the younger ones had got some alcohol, and when they were caught with the alcohol, they'd actually blamed it on the sixth formers, and in particular they blamed it on one. Georgina, Sarah's bridesmaid, and we were actually we thought it was deeply distressing that Georgina should be falsely accused. But on the brighter side, as she's still regularly driving back from France by car, if any of you need any cigarettes or whiskey, then just place an order. She's over on that table there. Old habits die hard. And then, of course, she went to university, and we took a further step back, and she grew up, and she met Dan, and the rest, as they say, is history. Now, also, before she joined the Labour Party, Sarah did spend a considerable amount of time living in Egypt, Syria, and other parts of the Middle East. And I've got to say, I admire you. It's difficult to imagine how Sarah, as a young woman, has managed to cope with being in such volatile circumstances, danger wherever you look, not knowing who's your friend or your enemy, whether you could be stabbed in the back, and continually living in fear that something bad is about to happen. But enough about her working for the Labour Party. It wasn't too good in Egypt or Syria either. Now, another great friend of Sarah here as a valued bridesmaid is Catherine on the table over there. And for many people, Catherine has helped set up some great tours of the House of Commons accompanied by a Labour MP, and they've been able to see our national seats of power. How amazing that is, being able to find a Labour MP. I didn't know they still had them. Yeah, April the 1st, 2017 will not only be known as the day that of their wedding anniversary, it will be also the day that Sarah's dreams of any political position whatsoever died. So. Now, before I finish, and that's the words you really wanted me to say, there are a few people to mention because Sarah's had the unstinted love, support and devotion of her family. As a mother, Christine has been able to provide so much support for her throughout her life, and from whom, fortunately, she gets her looks.